Today I'm going to show you how to make this R&B pad using Arturia's V collection. So to start, we're going to open up a new software instrument. We're going to scroll over and find Arturia CZV in stereo, hit create. Now right away it loads up with the default preset, but we want to make a new preset. So we're going to click this menu icon, hit new preset, and it'll bring up the default, which just sounds like this. Cool. So the main setting you want to turn on for the glide is the Portamento. We're just going to set this to like 20. We can play with it 15, 25, somewhere around there. And that's going to give us the glide in effect. All right, now we're going to click on advanced and we're going to change the amp envelope. So line 1 amp should be set by default. We're just going to pull the attack up a little bit and then we're going to pull the sustain over, but leave it at 100%. All right, believe it or not, we are about halfway there. We're just going to go into effects and add a chorus. Now you could do this outside of the plugin, obviously, but I wanted to keep it native to the Arturia effects just to show that you can get this sound just within the bundle. Now for chorus, I like to leave it on 2 voices. Turn the dry wet down a little bit, delay down a little bit, depth, frequency, just everything just adjusts kind of to taste. Then I'm going to add a reverb, same thing. I'm just going to turn it down a little bit, turn the decay down a little bit. Now if you notice, the effects are actually in a particular order. So this top left box is 1, bottom left 2, and then over to the bottom right is 3, and then finally 4. So just make sure you're arranging your effects properly and how you want them to sound. Next, I'm just going to cut out some of those highs. So we're going to do a multi-mode filter and I'm going to bring it to like 24, bring up the resonance a little bit and put this at 100%. I'm going to cut off probably somewhere like in the 500 or 600s. Nice. And then last but not least, I'm actually going to do another filter, but we're going to change it to high pass and we're going to cut off any lows that could sneak in there and bring in any like type of bass. I'm going to do a really harsh cut and we're just going to go down to 100 and all the way up. All right, so that is pretty much the sound, but I am going to show you a bonus trick that you can do once you save this and reopen it in Analog Lab. So check this out. We're going to go over here, hit save preset as. You can create a bank by just deleting user right here. So I could create like new bank. All right, and now your sound is done. But like I said, if you go into Analog Lab, go to my sound banks, and then we'll just click on that new bank. You can always rename this later. Select it, hit edit preset. We actually have more effects that we can add here. So something that I like to do just kind of by default is a high pass filter. We already did one in the actual preset. Now I'm actually not going to use anything in this effect B, but I am going to go over to a small plate reverb, turn this up a little bit, turn the size down, pre-delay up. I'm going to turn down some of the treble, some of the bass, and boost the mids just a touch, and now we have this sound. And it's literally as simple as that. Obviously, you could take this as a default pad sound and then run with it and add a million other effects. You could double stack 2 different pads together and blend them. You could sample this into a one shot and then load it into pigments and then mess with it even further. There's honestly so many possibilities with Analog Lab. It's super fun. I highly recommend you mess with it, make your own banks. It's a really great way to just create your own sounds and have fun with sound design. Now, if you want to get your hands on this sound as well as 51 shots, 10 real live guitar loops that I played myself, percussion loops, a drum kit, full-on R&B samples, vocals, and even some tutorials on how to play R&B chords on guitar, as well as how to use all of these sounds to make your own R&B beats. I just dropped a new RnB multi kit called Celestial. It's got everything you need to make moody, soulful, trap soul R&B beats for Drake, Tory Lanez, Bryson, SZA, you name it. There's a free version as well as a paid. In the free version, I've included a bunch of my go-to sounds, so they're not just throwaways. Everything in this kit I really, really love, and I've spent a lot of time working on it. I'll leave both links in the description for the free and the paid version. Check it out, let me know what you think. And if you want to see how I make R&B beats for Drake, click this video right here.